You just want it to warm the pan up nice and gently. Don't worry about. Whoa. Don't worry about putting the oil in just yet. Just let it warm up and warm the pan up. Here's Lucas and Fraser, I think.
We have to fry.
Yes.
Okay. Let me mute myself.
So put your hot pan on your hob now. Okay. And then when you've done that, add a tablespoonful of oil. I forgot to mention you did oil. It was on your list. Vegetable or olive is fine.
You're not asking the question.
As you can see, my lovely assistant Sarah is here doing this now.
I have sunflower oil.
Yeah, Sarah can.
Sunflower oil.
Or can.
Is sunflower oil all right?
Can. Yeah. Okay. So you should have your pan on now. It should be on a medium heat and it should have some oil in it. Okay. So we're going into a danger zone here now, guys. Why are we going into a danger zone? We're going into danger zone because you've got a hot pan on fire with oil in it. Okay. In my book, that's a great day because it might explode. It might be something crazy. It might kind of, but we really don't want that to happen, to be honest with you. One of the things we need to keep away from everything at this point in time is cold water. Okay, so water and hot oil do not mix, okay, at all, and you will burn yourself and probably burn your kitchen down. So thank you if your mums are in the kitchen, that's great. So just keep an eye on that medium heat on that pan, okay? It'll be fine. And olive oil has got quite a low flash point. So a flash point is the point where an oil catches fire. Okay, so you've probably seen that sometimes on fire adverts, you know, where the pan catches fire and you have to put the tea towel over, a damp tea towel over. Vegetable oil, you can leave it for a long time and it won't catch fire. You've got to get it really, really hot. Olive oil has a lower flash point, so it will ignite a lot quicker. So just keep an eye on it if you're using olive oil. But we're on a medium heat, so you haven't got to worry too much. I'm only just speaking about the dangers. These aren't real massive things to worry about, but I wouldn't be doing you any justice if I didn't give you a bit of health and safety and something to just be concerned about. So just be mindful of the oil in that pan. Okay, so while the pan is warming, the oil is warming up in the pan, we're going to peel our vegetables, okay? And you should have a parsnip, carrot, a swede and a potato, okay? If you haven't got a potato, don't worry too much at all. That's really only to thicken the soup at the end, so don't worry too much about that. So we're now going to peel our vegetables. What I've got in front of me here, guys, is a bowl.
Is sweet potato okay?
You'll see that bowl here. Okay, this bowl. This is great for you to put all the ends of the bits that you've cut off into that bowl. So any waste from your vegetables, put them in this bowl. If you have a compost in your garden, the thing to do after this, of course, is to put all this straight into the compost when you're done.
And one of these is squishy.
Okay, so we're just waiting for Sarah to finish. I've done the parsnip now. We're now going to start the swede. Now, the swede is a bit of an odd, ugly-looking vegetable, and some people are a bit confused by swedes and don't quite know what to do with it. And you'd be right; it is an ugly vegetable. But the colour that comes out of it is amazing. When you cook these, they come out an amazing yellow. But the way you prep them is exactly as you would do any other root vegetable. So peel it. You can either do that with a peeler or a knife. I find it slightly easier with a knife. So just peel that swede. What we're going to do in a second, so we'll just give you a couple of minutes to do this, and then I'll ask you to put your hands in the air. Give me a thumbs up. You've peeled all your vegetables. Yeah. Well, depends on the vegetable, really. I would say that a peeler is safe. Yeah. Less likely to cut. But you do get a bit of a nicer cut. You get a bit of shape with a knife. If you just want to peel something quickly, use a peeler. It is safer to. It is safer to use a peeler.
Quick question. Congress, I use this like sweet potato.
Sweet potato is perfect. You can use that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's okay. So we have here 1 swede peeled now, 1 parsnip peeled, 2 carrots. Oh, the onion we need. It doesn't really matter whether it's a white onion or a red onion. We've got a red onion just because there was 1 spare here in the shed, but if you've got a white onion, that's okay. The difference really between a white onion and a red onion is this. A, the colour. There is more of an intense flavour in white onions. That's why you tend to use them more in cooking processes. They add a lot to the recipe that you're preparing. Whereas if you use a red onion, the flavour isn't quite so intense. So that's why it's better on things like salads. It looks better on salads because of the colour. But ideally, really a white onion. But if you've got a red onion, it's not going to matter a great deal.
Okay.
Really good thinking faces going on.
Thinking faces.
Blue,
Yeah.
are we doing carrots as well?
Oh, what?
Are we doing carrots as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Only 2 carrots. If
Two.
you've only got 1, that's fine.
Dog.
So, give me a thumbs up, guys, when all your things are peeled. If you're ahead of somebody else, just take that moment to clear down. Just give yourself a bit of a wipe down again. Behind you.
I thought you were going to say do that help someone else. And you don't do blue, but you know, it's all right.
I'd like to say, everybody, it's
Checking the
nice
oil
to
in your
see so many
pan, guys.
people.
Do we have to peel the potato too?
Yeah, peel your potatoes as well.
The oil's getting hot.
Yeah.
So if your pan is smoking like ours, take it off the heat. No.
Right, so there's a freezer bath. What is it? Right, what's your doing?
They're down there. You're right. How we doing? We all okay? Anyone got any questions? Feeling it all?
I can't peel for the life.
Oh, it's all right, Raquel. Neither can I. That's why I believe it. You think?
Okay. Emma, you look like you're ready. Are you ready, Em? Okay. You did a good job there, Mikhail. Well done. Grace is hot on it. Kira looks like she's concentrating very well. Helen and Bryn, probably the best brother and sister in the world. They're hard at it. I'm sure Bryn feels like he has the best sister in the world. Very much. Okay, how are we all doing, fellas and girls? There's quite a lot of you on today. Okay, thank you, Caitlin's got a thumbs up from Caitlin now. So Emma's ready, Caitlin's ready. Lewis has got a thumbs up. I don't want to go too far ahead for the people that are. And the people that are ahead now, you can begin to start cutting up your vegetables. So this is a chunky vegetable soup. So we don't have to worry too much about everything being cut up specifically, okay? Emma, are you okay there? Yeah, okay. So we're going to do chunky size. So let's take an average size carrot. So the easiest way to do this is to put your carrot flat on the board and then just cut down it lengthways. So you've got a long piece like that, you see? So I'll cut it down the middle. And then just cut it lengthways again. Both ends. So you end up with 4 lengths like this. Yeah, very easy. And then do the same with the other carrot. In half and half again, lengthways. Okay, good. So you should end up with 8 bits of cut carrot in lengthways like so. Nice and easy, okay? And when you've done that, put all those bits of carrot together so they're bunched up like this on my board. Yeah. Now mind your fingers at this point. When you're cutting, put your thumb into your palm of your hand. So hold your hand open flat. Put your thumb into the middle. Then turn your hand over. Okay.
I'm right here.
You're doing that, but that's okay. And then with your thumb behind your fingers, just hold down carrots and then just do them to the size that you would like. Now mine are about this size. Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, about that size. So this is important for a couple of reasons. The first reason is, even though it's chunky vegetable, you don't want it too big. You really want everything bite size. You want so that whoever you're giving the soup to, it isn't a struggle for them to eat, that they can get into their mouth what's on their spoon without any struggle. So the other important bit is whatever size you choose your carrots to be are the size everything else should be as well. So whatever size you've got for your carrots, just make sure everything is roughly the same size as that. When I say roughly the same size, I really mean roughly the same size. No rulers were needed at all in this experiment. Okay, so we've got the carrots done. Yeah, you got the potato.
Go to what he's done. So the windows of the room are so funny.
What are you looking at with that box?
They're quite thick, those two, aren't they? Have a look at those. Yeah. It's a good sandwich size.
What are you doing? Just peeling up and you're trusting them.
And then I'm just gonna get cube it. You are amazing.
Perfect, let's see. Yeah, great. So you can see here the size of the potato, roughly the same size.
What about the parsnip? Are we supposed to shave that as well, or just keep it like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, peel all your vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so your parsnip is cut exactly the same way as your carrot. So you've already peeled it. Yeah, indeed. So again, cut your parsnip. Oh, sorry, one thing I should say is as you're cutting things, try and put them into individual containers. So I've got my carrots cut up into this one here. Sarah's got her potatoes in that one. The reason we're doing that is because the vegetables will go into the soup at different times. So don't put all your vegetables in the same bowl, because your potato will not go in at the same time as your carrot, for example. So try and keep them slightly separate. However, some of them will go in at the same time. So the swede, the parsnip and the carrot, you can put those into the same bowl and because they will go into the pan at the same time. You put them in at different times, Sarah, because different vegetables at different times and temperatures. So potato goes very, very soft, very, very quickly, which is why it's good for thickening soup, because you get all the starch out of it. But if you cook it too long, as you know, it kind of just goes to a bit of a nothing, it goes to mush. Whereas carrot doesn't do that. Carrot eventually, if you cook it, will go to mush, but on the whole, keeps its shape and its flavour. So you haven't got to worry about it too much. Again, onion, we haven't even looked at the onion yet, goes in first because that cooks the quickest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got our carrots done, we've got our parsnips done, we've got our potato done. So we're now going to do the swede. The swede is done in exactly the same way as the potato. Hi, Fraser. Just seen Fraser down there. So I'll hand that over to you, Sarah, to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, a swede can be quite hard. It's very hard. Yeah, you've really got to push down on the knife to be consider that safety. Consider your fingers.
so wipe out.
How much of the swede are we cutting? All of it?
Yeah, chuck it all in.
I've just put all my vegetables on the side. Is that all right as well? Or do you have to put it in a container?
Anyone struggling? Are you okay there, Fraser? Yeah, Fraser's good. Lewis looks like he's ready to go.
Use a sharp knife. Yeah. It's a chunky one, so don't cut it too thin. You know, you're supposed to be putting this in the pan. No, it goes in a different place. Do you think I've cut the rest of everything? Nate, yeah, everything all right.
Okay, so while Sarah's doing that, I'm going to cut the onion. So the onion you should have peeled already. Should look something like that. So what we're going to do with the onion is cut it in half. You don't have to worry about the onion being the same size as the other vegetables, guys, okay? These need to be cut slightly smaller. So when you cut your onion in half, it will look like this. So you've got a round side and you've got a flat side, okay? Can you see that? Make sure the flat side is on the board, okay? So it's nice and safe. If you try to cut it the other way around, when you try to cut it, because it's round on the bottom, it will just roll. You need to turn it over like that so it's nice and safe. So when you've got that on like this, we're then going to cut that. Do both of them. Like so. So then what you should have is you've got one half and you've cut down lots of cuts along that side, but not all the way through. So really you can sort of fan it a bit like that, do you see? When you've done that, turn it round and then just cut down. So what you end up with is a diced onion, but obviously a lot smaller than the rest of your vegetables. No, the onions can go straight into the pan. So if you've taken your pan off of the heat, now is the time to put it back on.
Wait, what are we putting in?
Gracie had a question there. Can't hear you, Sarah.
Yeah, Gracie, did you have a question?
Yeah, what are we putting in now?
The onions are going to go in first.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
So everyone give me a thumbs up when your onions are ready, so we're all putting in our onions at the same time. Ebony's ready, Lewis is ready. I've got a feeling Ebony and Faye have pre-prepared their vegetables. Yeah, well done. I thought about doing that. I thought, well, it would just take the experience away from everybody else.
What was Shannon all day, and I was like to Shannon,
Be prepared.
Kevin's got a thumbs up. Helen's not quite there yet. Oh no, Helen's got thumbs up. Okay, so everybody has their onions done, yeah? Okay, who are we waiting for the onions now?
Me.
Who said me then?
Gracie.
Gracie and Mikhail.
Oh god, it's gonna make me cry. Mum! I can't see. It's getting stuck in my glasses. I'm not being
Okay, well,
dramatic.
while the rest of you are just
prioritize
catching up
me.
with your onions, I did say if anyone's got a bit of garlic to chuck the bit of garlic in. Some of you have got chopped garlic or garlic puree, so that's great. So just chuck in a teaspoon of that. If you've got normal garlic, just a clove of garlic like this, we're going to show you how to do that. You take it on there, Sarah. So place the garlic on your board.
They're very potent, aren't
Because
they?
everyone struggles trying to get.
From Gracie's board.
It's really hard trying to peel a piece of garlic because they're tiny, okay? And bits always stick to it, and they stick to your fingers, and it's a bit of a pain in the bum. So the easiest way to peel garlic is to get your garlic, put it on the board, and using a big knife. Now there's something on your knife called the heel, and the heel is the bigger end of the bottom of the knife. So you've got the tip of the knife where you do the cutting here, but then you've got the heel of the knife, which is this section here. So you need to put the flat of the heel of your knife against the garlic, like so. Just place it on the garlic, and then this is a really easy bit. All you do is you just bash it like that. Try not to break the knife. And then what you'll find is the peel will just come straight off the garlic. And then, if you just give it a little bit of a slice through, it doesn't have to be tiny. Put that in with your onions, and we'll put the onion and the garlic in at the same time. How's everyone doing with their onion now? We're nearly there. Oh, is that in Ebony's household? Oh, that's
You can colour it in yourself.
Larry. Yeah, Larry.
I'll do the outline. Here, at the bottom.
Hey, Larry, how you doing?
You know,
Right, quick and take that. Okay.
Yeah.
Larry, nice to see you. Are you okay?
Go stop it. Help me.
Bonkers, isn't
Stop it.
it?
Do you mind?
Right, everyone got your onions going? Everyone there with your onions? Mikhail, how you doing with your onion? Still on the carrot. Okay.
My eyes are hurting so bad, Mum.
Here, are you okay?
I ain't even peeled the onion yet. I'm still chopping up vegetables.
Okay, no problem.
I thought I was going to thank
Is it not registered?
I'm still peeling my carrots on my parsnip.
You deeper resonance.
I'm going to need to do.
Did you say we can put the carrots, parsnips, and the big vegetable, I forgot what it's called, all in
Right,
one
okay.
bowl?
Okay, so Akira and Mikhail, Gracie, you just need to.
I've done.
Up a little bit.
I've cut my garlic and onions, and I put them in the pan. I haven't turned it on yet.
Okay, Gracie's on it. Gracie's already put her onion and garlic in the bowl in the pan. So let's do that now then. So Sarah, if you put those into the pan.
Right, Nate.
Hey, put that down.
Do we turn on the pan now?
Okay, Sam. Now, everyone, listen a minute. Things heat up a bit now, and they've heated up a bit now because you've started cooking. And because you've started cooking, you're now committed. Okay, so you can't get out of this until the soup is done. So you have to keep up now, and if you don't keep up, the things in the pan will burn. So you need to be quite quick. And in some ways, this is where cooking is quite an interesting career to take, because you have to be quite on the ball when you cook. As soon as those onions and that garlic has hit the pan, the first thing that you're cooking, you are totally committed to what you're doing. So you have to suddenly be aware of not only cutting in front of you, what the recipe is, but also the heat and what's cooking on the stove is really, really important. And you've got to keep on top of it, or the bits you're not on top of will burn. And it's all about delicacy and flavour and consistency cooking. So we've got to be on it like a bonnet, so to speak. Okay, so Sarah's already on it. She's stirring that onion now. While that onion is cooking, what we need to do is make sure the onion is translucent. So it'll go quite soft, almost kind of see-through. When you get to that point, okay, add your onion and your swede. So we're going to get the, add the carrots and swede, sorry, yeah. So we just want those onions to be nice and translucent, nice and soft.
How much is in it, Fraser? Not much.
Doesn't matter too much if they go slightly brown around the edges, that's okay. The reason we do this, by the way, there is a reason why it's called sweating off, why we sweat off our vegetables beforehand. There are some recipes where you could just, soup is the easiest thing to make, guys, to be honest. And those of you that might have families when you're older, it's very easy to throw vegetables and things together, put in a bit of stock and a bit of salt and pepper and just whiz it to make soup. Anyone can do that. But by sweating off your vegetables beforehand, you bring the flavour out. So by adding your swede and your carrot, you roast it, if you like, you sweat off those vegetables. So what you're doing is you're sealing the outside, but you're keeping the flavour inside. So you enhance the flavour even more. And what that does is when you release that flavour at the end, either in your mouth or when you're whizzing it to, you don't have to whiz it at the end, by the way, to make it a flat soup. You can just leave it chunky, but those flavours really, really come out. And that comes out from this particular sweating off process. You don't get the same thing if you were to just chuck these vegetables into some hot water. It's very important to sweat off your vegetables. How are we doing?
Yeah, they're looking good.
Okay, good. So now we're going to add the carrots, the swede, and the parsnip. Okay, so we're going to add that onto the top of the onion. At this point too, those of you, you should have some salt and pepper around your kitchen somewhere. So just chuck in a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Probably a bit more salt than pepper, to be honest with you. A bit careful on the pepper and a bit of a lesson on pepper too. If you're using ground white pepper or ground black pepper, use less because it's a very, very strong flavour. If you've got a a pepper grinder, a big one like that you like see in restaurants, you can use quite a lot of that.
We add the
that in quite chunks. If you're using white pepper or black pepper that's ground, just be mindful to use less of it. Yeah. Salt and pepper in now, please, Sarah.
Should I add my carrots?
Okay, so we're going to sweat those off now for about 2 or 3 minutes. We just want the outside of those vegetables just to go slightly brown. And then what will happen is the brown on the outside of those vegetables will all come into the soup later, and you get a nice taste from them. At the moment, we're just sweating them off. Let them go a slight golden brown.
How do you want me to cut the onion again?
Pepper.
Blue. Blue.
Right, while that's sweating, what you can do for the next 2 minutes is open up your cans. So we put some cans in your recipe bags. There was a mixture of beans, so we put in a mixture of different things. What we have got some white beans, some chopped tomatoes, some beans, some baked beans. You should all have some baked beans. Just a bit of a word of warning, guys. When you put in your baked beans, with everything else, you're going to drain them. Okay, so you don't want the water in the can with them or anything else. With the baked beans, we want the juice from the can. So put that one aside for now, okay? And so the ones that need draining, so we've got here kidney beans, white beans, and some chopped tomatoes. What we can do now is open those and put them into a strainer bowl here, like that.
Opening the beans.
We can do that while the bits on our stove and just sweating. Don't worry too much. If those bits in your pan catch on the bottom, that means if it looks like they're slightly burning, it's okay because the slightly burnt bits taste great in the soup later.
Lou,
Open these up.
we've got kidney beans, chickpeas, and tin tomatoes.
I'm so behind.
Hello?
Yeah, cool. Here, the onion, where are you?
Nicola's got a question for you. Go on, Nicola.
I've got, in my pack, I've got chickpeas.
Okay, if you can hear me,
beans.
when you've peeled your onion, what you need to do is cut it in half
I've got
and
beans.
then put the flat side on the board.
Four all in, Nicola. Nicola, four all in.
He said,
Put it all in.
Yeah.
Here gone.
Put all the beans in that in.
Okay, so again,
when
peel this onion and show you.
Right. Right, and turn it round. Be careful, no, you'll break your finger. Like that. Okay, put your thumb there and pull back on your thumb.
Should I put my beans and my chick things in?
So Kira, when you've peeled your onion, cut it in half like this again, yeah? So you've got the flat side. And then put the flat side on the and then just cut through like this, and then cut like that. Just basically making a nice gut.
How hard to eat bread?
Where's it gone?
That charge thing. Let it charge.
Tomatoes, you can have a full chopped and mayonnaise.
But the rest last year part.
No, you've got 4 kids, haven't you?
So this is doing this here. Just let it.
Oh,
Yeah, Kieran, what you've got to do is put them in the pan. Yeah, onions, and if you've got any garlic, put that in the pan. And with
Okay, so it's a good chance now, guys, as well, to go and get 600 millilitres of water. Okay. 600 millilitres is roughly about 1.5 coffee cups.
Do we add all of the beans and stuff?
Not quite yet, no. We're just sweating off the vegetables first.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when you sweated off those vegetables, you've added your salt and pepper, so you've added your seasoning. What we're going to put in now are our mixed herbs and our stock. So, if you want to put the stock in.
Then no one's calling me.
Yeah, just crumble it in. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Don't worry if your stock, when you put it in, doesn't crumble completely at this point. Because when you add the water, it will all dilute anyway later.
It smells good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Is my own cook?
yeah, that one there, what just cool.
Stop.
Finish it. Use all my yellow jams. Oh, that's done, mate.
Yes, now Sarah's added the stock, so we're going to put in about a teaspoon of mixed herbs.
Do we put all the vegetables in?
Everything apart from the potato, yeah. But at the moment, we're just putting in the mixed herbs and the stock on top of the vegetables, okay? So if you want to go with that. The paprika, if you've managed to find it, then put in about half a teaspoon of paprika.
Start cooking it. Put part of it and then I'll do
Mum, will you try this when I'm finished? Yeah.
I don't want to eat it.
But hopefully everyone will have their potatoes separate, don't they? Yeah. Nod if you've got your potatoes separate. Yeah, the cows.
Fraser.
Okay. So has everyone added their mixed herbs and their stock? Okay, good. Okay, what we're going to do now
Cooking it yet.
is add the water, chopped tomatoes, and the beans. Okay, so think of it as the liquidy stuff. So in your pan, it should seem quite dry. Yeah, it's quite sweaty. Not much good. Things are beginning to stick a bit. Yeah, exactly like that, Sarah. Thank you. So now think of all the things that have got liquid in and put those in. So your water, your chopped tomatoes, and your beans. Great.
I let them do a bit and then put them in.
So why don't you cry about it and that'll help, don't it?
Okay, so it should be looking something like this now, guys. Your temperature should still be on about 5 or midway if we're using gas.
Wait, who's that?
For a temperature really about 160. You need to turn it up ever so slightly just to bring it to a simmer. Yeah, yes, Lewis.
Do you have to put all the liquid in?
Yeah, to put in 600 millilitres of water, your whole can of beans, and what was the other thing, Sarah? And a whole 1 can of chopped tomatoes. Yeah. It's probably slightly different to the recipe you've been given. I don't know if Linda's watching this. She's going to be really, really annoyed. I haven't followed the recipe to the exact.
She's meant to be joining, to be honest. I don't know where she is.
She said she'd be here today, didn't she?
Yeah, I sent her the link as well. I don't know. She just got tied up.
Maybe Paul's tied her up.
Yeah, true.
Here is
No, don't put the potatoes in yet. Hold fire on the potatoes. The potatoes are like the sacred bit now. You need to treat these like they're holy relics. Okay, so put those aside somewhere else, the potato. The potato needs to go aside. Okay, now I have got a little bit of a cheating thing going on here. Now, if you've got these things at home, you can put them in now. If you haven't, don't worry about it because it's quite thick anyway. If I was cooking at home or in work, I would probably put into the soup now
You said
a tiny bit of tomato puree. If you haven't got tomato puree, don't worry about it. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It just thickens up that soup a little bit and gives it a bit more of a consistency. Better. Just give a little bit of work of that in, Sarah. Probably about these tablespoonful.
Tell me when to stop. I can always add more into this.
Yeah. And the other thing I've got here, which is a bit naughty, is a little bit of chopped coriander. Now, initially I got this because, of course, we're doing this on video today. And when we make the soup at the end and present it to you, I just wanted something to sprinkle on top. But to be honest with you, a bit of coriander would be quite nice in this soup. So if you've got any spare herbs, looking around, any fresh basil would be lovely. Any fresh parsley, anything on your mum's windowsill, chuck it in. If you've got some dried coriander or dried parsley, dried coriander is perfect there, Lewis's mum. Chuck some of that in.
Yeah.
Does this look good, Martha?
Yeah, please don't chuck in anything that's just green and growing around your house. Make sure you check.
Green and growing. We have anything that's green and growing in our dried or Shall I put that?
Why do I call them mother every time?
No.
Blue,
Yay. Yes.
can we put the kidney beans and the chickpeas in now?
Yeah. When you does it come to the boil? Does it come to the simmer? Is it simmering?
Nearly.
Yeah. So when it's simmering, when it starts to simmer,
Put everything to what?
your
one
kidney
thing now.
beans and your chickpeas or whatever you've got, and your potato. As soon as it
Maybe
starts,
spinach.
potato, your kidney beans, all of that stuff. Spinach is good. Just a handful of spinach.
Oh, that's right.
How much spinach?
Okay. Guys, the difference between simmering and boiling. When you're cooking something, if it's
Drop it all in.
bubbling rapidly on top, okay, and it's sort of spitting out over the top, that's boiling, okay. Now you don't want it boiling because it will cook too fast. You want it to simmer, which means you need to put your. So when you simmer, it just slightly kind of bubbles on top. You know, you can just see the surface of the soup bubbling. It's not necessarily kind of splurting out like a volcano all over your mum's kitchen. Okay, it's just simmering on top of the soup. So that's what we want it to do. We want it to simmer ever so slowly.
No, it's not posh.
Well, I can't find any glass.
Now, you need to be the judge of how thick you want your soup to be. The recipe says 600 milliliters of water. It is entirely up to you. So if it looks like it's too thick, and as it's cooking, it's reducing, so it's getting less and less. If that starts to thicken up slightly, just add more water. It's okay.
Kidney beans.
Can we have a new game?
Caitlin. I can't hear you, Caitlin. Sorry. Say again.
You have the potatoes in now.
Yes. When your soup is simmering, add your beans and your potatoes. We're about to add our kidney beans and our white beans here, and we're going to add our potato.
Don't boil it because it'll cook too fast. Good. I'm trying to concentrate.
Okay, you will want to add some more water at this point.
We'll do it for my mum and granddad, so I'll put some more chili in, and they'll probably like this. Can you say that because I have made this. Yeah, you have.
As you add more water, okay, as you add more liquid, you'll need to correct your seasoning. So your seasoning is your salt and pepper. So the more liquid you're adding in, the more salt and pepper you need to put in as well. So you've already put some salt and pepper in, but as you put in more liquid, just add a tiny bit more. Don't go crazy. Now, the other thing you need to do that's very, very important, a little bit of an odd thing to say in today's day and age, especially when we're trying to social distance and keep our hands out of our mouths and that sort of thing. But a good chef cannot get around the fact he has to taste what he's cooking. So make sure throughout all of it that you spend some time tasting the flavour all the way through. Taste it now, taste it in 10 minutes, and taste it at the end. You need to keep the flavour so you'll know then whether it's too salty, whether it needs more salt, whether there's less pepper, more pepper. You know, this is a very important process. Keep tasting it.
Yeah, they said try it now. See if that's sweet.
Remember, it's going to be hot.
No? Isn't that how chefs do it? They're like, is that alright?
Give me this.
That's ready. You could actually add more. Leave it. I don't. They said that I have to taste it. I was like,
When was it that you could put the beans and tomatoes in?
So put your baked beans and your tomatoes in once your vegetables have browned, slightly sweated.
Yeah.
And add water in then as well. And then once that started simmering, so it's bubbling but not overly boiling, you can then add the rest of your beans, the beans that you have to drain.
Sarah?
And the potatoes.
you know the chickpeas?
Yeah.
I read on the recipe that you can also add red kidney beans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Gracie, chuck it in. Anything you found in your cupboard that you think will go in there, put it in. The great thing about cooking and the great thing about recipes is that they don't have to stay the same. You can change them to suit you as much as you like. Anything you've got that needs using up, anything in your cupboard that you feel like needs using, just chuck it in. Unless it's old shoes. Old shoes don't go very well.
Blue,
Yeah, don't put old shoes in soup.
Blue,
Yeah.
can we put leeks in it?
Yeah, you can put leeks in it, definitely.
Mum, next time give me a bell palm.
Don't put that in kids' minds because they'll actually do it.
Yeah, again, Gracie.
Links.
Gracie, are you okay?
Yes, I'm great.
Okay.
When should we put the kidney beans in?
So when your pan starts to simmer, add your kidney beans and any other beans you've got and your potatoes. Was that Akira?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it's not boiled over, that's when you're supposed to put the beans, tomatoes, and kidney beans and potatoes in.
Yeah, Akira, tell me where you're up to right now. So you've sweated off
I've
your
added
vegetables.
the pepper, the stock cube.
Yeah.
I haven't put them. I'm about to put the mixed herbs in.
Okay.
And mine is just getting in the steam at the moment.
Okay, just explain to me what the inside of your pan looks like right now.
It's bubbling. It hasn't overbubbled or anything like that, but it's starting to bubble a lot.
Okay, so you've got your Swedes and you've got your carrots in there, yeah? And
Yeah.
And it's beginning to bubble. You put your stock in and you put your herbs in, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't put my herbs in yet.
Okay, so now add your beans and your potato.
Beans and potatoes, okay.
And have you put water in yet, Kira?
Yeah.
Kira, have you put water in?
Yeah, I have. Am I supposed to put all the herbs in?
Yes, all of the herbs in your little pack, put them in. Michaela, are you doing okay? Thumbs up, Michaela, if you're doing all right. Okay.
I want to transfer it.
Right, there's loads of product information there. So what's in there? Monday morning, I was making coffee, half an hour before breakfast, and you've got Brazilian roast. So
does this look right? And should I add my peas in that now?
Where's your Cal gone now? Cal, let me see inside your pan a minute. Could you get your phone so I can see inside it? I think that's okay, actually, Lucas. It's sorry, John, Mikhail. It's a bit. I think you've cut your vegetables a little bit too big, but that'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Oh.
Okay, don't worry. You can always.
Should I add my chickpeas?
Yeah, put all your beans, peas, chickpeas, all of that stuff needs to go in. So everything that needs to go in should now be in your pan. Is that correct? So all you need to do now is simmer it for about 12 minutes. Okay, so keep stirring it every sort of minute or so. You'll know it's done because you'll need to use your knife and stick it into those big bits of potato that you put in. When those bits of potato are soft in the middle, you know your soup is done. Okay, so your potato bits are your gauge as to when your soups are done. So you need to stick the end of a smaller knife in and keep checking that the insides of your potatoes are soft. Your potato will release something called starch because it's in the makeup of potato, and starch is a natural thickening agent. So what you'll also find is that your soup will start to thicken up slightly. That's quite normal, so don't worry too much.
Can someone let Emma in?
Yeah. They're all looking really good, guys.
Excuse me. I'm about to put the beans, kidney beans, and tomatoes and potatoes.
I'll check it all in now, Kira.
Okay.
Kira, take your lid off.
Okay.
It'll boil too quick if your lid's on.
Okay. Can't put them in enough.
I love the way everyone rushes to take their lids off. There's no hard rule about using lids, guys. It's just that I find things cook quicker, and I think we just need to be on a bit of an even time, so we're all ready at the same time today.
No, they want more cameras.
Hello, I can see Kira's mum. Hello, Kira's mum.
Mushing this thing.
Looking good. Okay. So when you've got all your bits in while it's simmering, this is a really good opportunity for you to clean down your station. So while things are just simmering lovely on your hob, just take that time to wipe down the sides, wipe down your board, put things in the dishwasher, wash them up or whatever. Then you'll need, I don't know whether you guys are eating it now or whether you're saving it for your dinner later. If you're eating it now and you want to just share a bowl, get a bowl ready and a ladle once you've wiped down your side. But, you know, try and keep your kitchen as clean as you can. This is your project and it's your mess. It's nothing to do with your parent. Well, it is something to do with it. Don't leave them to clean up. It's up to you to clean up.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Oh, I haven't even had it done yet.
Blue, how long will the hours take? Because you got 3 lots in one.
You've got 3 lots in one. Ah, of course. If you've got a huge bowl, can I see your bowl?
Yeah. I would just like to say.
Not you, Shannon.
Thursday. I'm just being an idiot.
Is that yours, Shannon? There, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. You're. I think you're feeding the whole of.
I cover myself.
Bandito tonight, aren't you? With that one.
Bathing can and just like filling the whole thing.
Okay. Can I just say, Shannon, the colour looks amazing. It looks exactly the same as mine. It's absolutely fine. You'll need to be careful when that starts to simmer. It might come up over the edge slightly.
Yeah.
So just make sure that it's fine. It's simmering nice and low. Check when your potato is done. It'll be done when your potato is soft in the middle.
Okay. Thank you.
If you need to turn the heat up to like 9, you know, just to bring it to the boil, and then turn it down again.
Okay.
Only got 6.
You're doing really well. You're doing amazingly.
Blue.
Yay.
This is my seat.
Yeah, loving the addition of the. Oh, what's that in there? Is that leek in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, we should have had leek. We should have had leek now. We should have had leek.
My one's completely full to the brim. Like after adding everything.
Right.
Okay, if your pan is that Akira's, Akira,
Yeah.
I'm worried about yours because it is. Have you got a bigger pan, or is that the biggest pan you've got?
That's the biggest pan I've got.
Okay, so what you might want to do is get another pan out and put half of it into another pan.
Okay, do.
Carefully. Yeah?
I really don't want to say it. I don't know. If you have any idea what I should add, like any of these,
Do I have to put a teaspoon of olive oil in this? In the other one?
No. If you just made it, just literally use your ladle and put half of it into there.
Okay, I'll do it now.
Tasting it, guys, the flavour will change as this goes on. So keep tasting it the entire time.
I think that just tells us what type of family we are. Can we have chicken? What I love some chicken.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
It's a very colourful dish.
It is a very colourful dish.
I like it. It looks nice, but I don't.
Okay,
Can you say it's in blue?
Yes. Blue and.
okay. So keep tasting it. Remember to get on with clearing your stations down. While that's simmering for about 10 minutes, please make sure you clear down. other members of the family have a taste, maybe? Gracie, I think someone in your family had a taste, didn't they? Did they enjoy that?
I did. I was just wondering, could you put chicken in with this?
You could, yeah. I mean, we're doing a meaty one next week. So we're just starting off with a vegetable one. Are you Gracie's mum?
Yes.
Oh, hello, I haven't met you before.
Oh yeah, you okay?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it tastes almost South African. Hey Linda, you okay?
Well, I guess it is really. I mean, we have sort of amended it. It was a chunky vegetable soup, but we have sort of added a few bits in it to give it that sort of taco bean sort of taste. You know, that's
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, we're gonna send some to your more mamas who's South African, so she'll be the real judge.
Oh yeah, there's Linda.
I'm a bit late. I'm sorry. I've been busy.
Oh yeah.
You made it ages ago. And Jamie never got to try it.
I thought Jamie did try it.
Have you tasted yours?
Yeah, we have tasted ours. You tasted yours. How's yours, Lewis? Yeah. Well, we'll have a look at it in a minute. When you finish clearing down, keep checking out your potato. So when your potato is soft in the middle, you know it's done.
I haven't got a potato.
Oh, okay, you didn't put potato in yours, no?
Pardon?
You didn't put potato in yours, did you?
I don't have one.
Okay, so your gauge, Lewis, is your swede and your carrot. So keep checking your swede and your carrot. When that's soft in the middle, you know it's done.
Oh my goodness, oh God.
It's not quite done yet.
No, that's right. It should be about another 10 minutes, I think.
Blue, do you
Yes.
remember this bottle?
Ah, door. Nice. Didn't we give you one of those? Is that one of the ones that we gave you?
This when we went to that giant festival thing.
Oh, yeah.
They were free. Got a free. Literally, I just got loads of
It was the
freebies.
Stadford. Yeah.
Stadford, yeah.
That was funny.
I love that.
That was amazing.
Okay, so remember with your soup now, you'll probably be about 6-7 minutes off it being ready. So at this point, you can either leave it as it is and have it as a chunky soup, which is what we're going to do. Leave all those bits so you can see them. Or what you could do, because some people don't like chunky soup, is you could whiz it. So you could get a whizzer, a blender they're called. You could use a hand blender and whiz it all up. But I prefer it chunky, but that choice is entirely up to you. If you're blending it up, you'll need to add a bit more water.
Blue,
yeah.
does this look better?
Who's that there, Kira? Kira, that's great. Yeah, fantastic. So keep checking you've got potato in yours, haven't you, Kira?
Yeah.
Okay, so keep checking that potato. As soon as it's soft in the middle, we know it's done.
Okay.
It won't be done.
Looking good.
Well, basically done.
We've lost our pan cam, unfortunately, so we're relying on yours now, guys. That looks great, Caitlin. Lucas and the Fraser family are having a...
Does that look right?
Oh, we know we won more time, kid.
Blue,
Yeah.
do you blend it now?
If you want to blend it, yeah, do you want to blend it?
Do you cook quite small?
Yeah, you can. I would just wait for your carrot to be cooked, and then as soon as it's cooked, if you want to blend it, blend it.
I'm not away from that book.
No.
Oh, yes.
If you're blending, those of you who are blending, please make sure your blender is far into the soup as you can before you start blending. If you don't, you might end up with a face of soup. I don't even know why that's funny, but it is. Yeah, so just be careful if you use your blender.
This house smells real good
The
right
end
now.
of your blender is right in your soup.
I can't
put
even
your blender
begin
on
to
near the
describe
top of the soup.
what my soup
Go
is.
everywhere.
Don't even look like a soup.
Okay, how are we all doing? How far away do we think people are? 2 meters? Yeah, thank you.
Happy birthday. Which bit?
I'm just holding it. Oh, I'm not in the camera.
Can I use a fork to test potatoes instead? Can you use a fork to test potatoes instead? No.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, anything sharp. Just anything to stick in a potato to see if it's soft or not.
Okay.
You could use a toothpick for all I care. How's it tasting, Caitlin? Yeah. Caitlin, you're a vegetarian anyway, aren't you? Oh, sometimes vegetarian. Yeah, on our end of things, we're almost done. So I think we're going to turn our heat off now and just wait for you guys to catch up.
Is that okay or got one more minute? How did mine not turn? Wait, is mine not done yet?
Ebony and Faye, who's doing your cooking? Because I've noticed you're on, but we can't see you cooking. What? Why is that? Are you doing it later? Or?
Hold on. You can barely see it.
Oh wow! Well done. Well done. Did you do that beforehand? Did you prepare?
I did prepare most of it beforehand.
Oh, well done. Okay, that's why then. Yeah, that's brilliant. It looks good. It looks how it should do. So you've done a good job. You had the recipe card there, didn't you? So
Yeah, just follow through the recipe.
so how far are we off? Mikhail, how are you doing?
It's done.
Have you checked your potato, Mikhail? Is it soft? Fraser, how are you doing?
The water isn't even warm yet.
Okay, turn yours up a bit. This is not warm. Just turn the heat up slightly.
Blue?
Yeah.
I can't find a potato in here.
You can't find the potato in the soup.
Yeah.
Okay. It should be the very, very white. So it won't be the red cube because that'll be the carrot. It won't be the yellow cube because that'll be the swede. So the only two white ones that are there will be the potato or the parsnip. So parsnip will be quite a dense yellowy colour, and the potato will be very white.
Okay. Thank
What
you.
about with sweet potato?
Potatoes ever so slightly sort of reddy pink, isn't it? So Gracie, what you need to check for your soup is the carrots, because sweet potato will cook a lot quicker than normal potato. So keep checking your carrots. So when your carrots are soft in the middle, you know you're ready to go.
Okay.
Fraser and Lucas, are you okay?
Ours is done.
Hey! Hey! You're a budding chef, you know. That was really good. Yeah, well, do you know his dad doesn't like carrot? I know, so we need to make another one. Wow. Okay, how's everyone doing?
I don't have the patience for this.
Who said that?
You just said they're done.
Oh.
Michael, have you turned your heat up? Yeah, okay.
Who's going to his lightly round kidney?
You're not trying.
Okay, so isn't it? How's Daisy? Daisy, are you okay? And Jack, are you all right? I haven't spoken to you guys. You've got
Looks really nice.
right.
Like that picture in the video.
I think I threw away the recipe.
Why would you do that?
52 messages in the chat.
Yeah, explore. Oh yeah, keep everyone safe. Why do they even
Oh, Gracie. Oh no, I put it there. You're like.
Okay, good. Nice. Well, I can't see you, Jack, but I'm pleased that you're here, and I'm pleased.
What about you kisses?
Okay. So should we have a look at our soup soon? Is anyone, Mikhail, you're going to be a bit of time, aren't you? Mikhail, are you going to mind too much if the rest of us just have a look at what we've done? I think because you're not boiling yet, you might be another 20 minutes or so. Okay. We're just going to spend a minute just finishing cleaning down, and then we'll bring our soups over and we'll have a look at them, okay?
What are you doing? You can hang around here if you want. I really want. How long has it been? It needs some. How long has it been? No, I mean since. Oh, one
Yeah, I'm not
hour.
into that yet.
I've been in here for like half an hour. Oh, look, I just slashed it too hard. I think that. But there was so much that no, it's very quirky.
Yeah, sure, man, no.
The chicken just really just ran in that long ago.
That's probably
Not sure.
yeah, I know. Does it look alright?
Yeah, yours looks great actually, Akira, to be fair. Yeah, it's a great colour.
Well done, people.
You actually taste it in food.
Lucas and Fraser, that's looking great.
Yeah. You actually taste it in food.
Looking really good.
You have to look on the rest of the video.
Who's that?
Is that great? Is that great?
See you. Akira has a well good.
Your little brother?
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Say hello. Should I turn the camera off? Yeah. Everyone can hear you. Okay.
Little who?
Say hello to everyone. Hiya.
Okay, so when you're happy at the consistency of your soup and you're happy that all the bits in it are cooked, so you do that again, I said again, by just checking the vegetables at the end of your knife, making sure they're soft in the middle. Let's bring your soup over in front of the camera so we can see it.
No, that's a spoon. Unless you want a bash bash.
If you're taking it off of the stove, please make sure that you use a tea towel either side, and more importantly, whatever surface you're taking your pan to, make sure you've either got a tea towel or a chopping board underneath it, because some surfaces don't react well to the heat of the pans, okay? I wouldn't want your mum to be annoyed because you put a big black ring on your surface.
Yeah, that's where I just.
But my actually had a surface on her side. That you could,
Hello's helping me.
okay, yeah, that's Caitlin, that's looking great.
Soups look great, guys. Well done.
Okay, can we have hands up if you guys are ready to taste yet, or do we need to hang on 2 minutes? So put your hands up if you're ready to sort of put it into a bowl and taste it. So I'm ready. Caitlin's ready. Evan is ready. Emma's ready. Helen's not quite ready yet. Lucas and Fraser, you guys are ready, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Lucas has given us a thumbs up. Lewis has got a thumbs up. Kira's got a thumbs up. Great. Gracie, how's your soup doing? We've got a hand up for the lovely Shannon.
Carrot, do you want?
Yeah. Jamie, how's your soup coming along?
You'll taste it.
I'm a little bit behind, but yeah, it's all right, I think. I'll show you.
Okay.
Bit of paprika and chili in there.
Yeah, I've got chili in mine as well.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
You silly goose.
So we need to remember this is Linda's recipe, everyone. Linda's online with us today. So Linda came up with this recipe. I know we've added a few bits like garlic and paprika and that kind of thing, but pretty much Linda's recipe. So she'd really like to hear whether you like it or not. So when you've got a bowl,
feature bad.
Have you guys got a ladle? Have you guys got a ladle? If you haven't got a ladle, you can use like a mug. A mug.
He just he's kicking off because he's got one. Right, will you feed me if I hold it?
Coffee spoon might work.
Who's that?
Let's try some.
You have to blow it.
That is amazing.
So in the studio here today, we've got John, myself, and Sarah. So
It was well nice now.
Guys, if you guys take any pictures of your food, can you send them to me?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Belly water. I love the smell of this.
Okay, so what we all want to do really is eat our soup together at the same time. And what we're after really is that collective kind of Okay. When you've got your soup in your bowl, don't eat it until we've all had it. Lewis, you've eaten yours, haven't you? I can see your chin. So disappointing. Yeah, you need to. I know I said taste all the way through, but not at this point. Just
Fraser,
Yeah, I'll finish the meals up in a minute.
put that on.
okay, so we've got ours ready. Let's see you holding it. You need to see you holding your bowls. Have you got it? Are you ready to go? I don't want to taste it until you guys. You guys tell me when you're ready to taste. Caitlin's ready to taste. I can see that. Evan is ready to taste. Emma's definitely ready to taste. Lewis has already had a taste. Kira.
I've already had a taste. Oh! No.
Grace, we're going to do it together though. Fraser is ready to get. Fred and Lucas are definitely ready to go. Okay, so let's give it a go then, shall we?
All of it.
All of it.
Go.
Pump it up.
Oh, that's really good.
Delicious.
Is that good?
It's poggers. Poggers, isn't it?
Yeah, John. Okay.
Isn't it poggers? Really good.
Caitlin.
This is poggers.
Oh no, please no.
Here's John, everyone. John's been busy behind the camera through all of this. John's come in front of the camera now. Just have a bit of a taste of it.
John's that hot.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. That was great. Great recipe.
Well done, everybody. It's amazing. Well done, Blue, John, Sarah. Well done, everybody else.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so let's have what we need to do now. Hang on, just before everyone goes, I'm going to say your names, and out of 10, you've got to give me a score of the soup and your experience today. Okay? So 0 to 10. So Caitlin.
Apparently, my name is new and it's really good.
Yeah, what number?
7 out of 10.
Thank you, Ebony.
Do you want to play Minecraft?
Ebony.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
Have you got
Rate your soup out of 10.
10. I love my soup.
Grace is giving us a 10. Kellen?
Oh no! James.
She's still cooking. So Lucas and Fraser, how would you rate your soup out of 10?
10.
9.
10.
No, what would Lucas say?
9.
9. Yeah, okay. Lewis, you got leek in yours, so it better be good.
You reckon?
Oh, I really liked it.
9. 9 for Lucas. Emma?
He's sweet. How are you supposed to eat that?
Okay. Kira, how does yours taste out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, lovely. Have you got enough for you and your whole family tonight now as well?
Yeah, there's only 3 of us. So
Gracie, out of 10, what did you get? Okay. Is that a number?
Well, let's do it, guys.
Do you want to know how I feel about my food?
Yeah, I do want to know. I definitely want to know how you feel about your food.
That
So
is
out
visual
of 10, Gracie,
representation.
out of
just
10,
this.
what would you give it?
What?
Is that 0 then? Is that 0?
No, it's poggers.
That sounds like an 11.
It is. It's
Yeah.
better than
Okay.
11. It's bloody
Shannon?
amazing.
Shannon, out of 10.
9.
9. Yeah, great. Okay.
25.
So most people are 7, 8, 8 and above, aren't they? So that's all worthwhile. That's good. Fantastic.
Nevaeh, you love our soup, don't you?
So this time next week, we're going to be doing a sausage. Linda, what's
movie night next week.
Oh, movie night next week. Okay.
And then week after.
Ah, there you go.
We
So
have a
Jamie,
sausage
do you
with
want
our
to make that really clear to everyone what's going on next week when we're next doing cooking?
Yeah, so guys, next week we've got the movie night. So we'll get the activity bags out to you Tuesday and Wednesday, a bit like we did this week. And then we'll get films out or discussions out this week on social media so you can decide what we're going to watch. And then next week we're going to do the is it the sausage one pot rice?
Yeah, sausage one pot rice, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be from next week. And then we've just completed our schedule going into March as well, guys. So I'll get that out to you soon as well. But we're looking to have these food sessions probably twice a month, maybe. Is that something you think you'd all be keen and willing to keep doing? Give us a thumbs up then if everybody's keen to keep doing that. Yes. Okay, brilliant. And I just want to say a big thank you to Blue and Sarah. I think they've been brilliant today, keeping it going. It's not easy doing it live, but I think it's really benefited. This is the most we've seen of you guys, really. So we had about 15 people on. That's brilliant.
A quick question.
Yeah, go on, Grace, as always.
Would you guys want to learn how to make salad fries? I could send the recipe in.
Yeah,
it's
always.
A South African dish.
Yeah, send it.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely get it in. We'll try that.
Okay.
We can cook that recipe after the next one, Gracie.
You definitely love that.
If you guys have got ideas for recipes that we could do, listen, the other thing before we go, everyone, is that those of you who haven't booked in yet for one-to-ones and your parents are allowing, please try and find the time to book in one-to-one.
Yeah.
At the moment, we can see you on a one-to-one basis. There are hour slots available any time in the week. So if you want to come down and just spend an hour with us, have a cup of tea, or you want a bit of support with your homework, we know that's like spend a bit of time with you, just chatting. If you don't want to come, that's absolutely fine. But if you want to come down, we're here for you. Those slots are available all day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we can be here at your leisure. But we would love to see you if you want to come down to do one-to-one.
Are they over Zoom or face to face?
Say again.
Are they over Zoom or face to face?
Well, we see quite a lot of you on Zoom anyway. I mean, we could do it. We could do it face to face if you really wanted to spend some time with us in that way. That's not a problem at all. And you feel like that was the best way for you to get some support. But we have got sessions available one-to-one, so we can actually see you. You know.
The nights we can.
The things that we've been doing, just so you're aware, the ones that have been in for one-to-ones, we haven't necessarily been sort of sat around just sort of like doing nothing. Some of you have had help with your homework. Some of you have gone jogging. Some of you have partaken in some woodwork here. Some people just want to sit and chat. Yeah, we made lasagnas and done some baking. So it's a really good time for us because we get to see you as a group, but very rarely spend time with you on a one-to-one basis. So make the opportunity for you real, because we would love to see you. But we also accept that it's an interesting time. Your parents have got to give you permission to do that, and we respect that totally. So if you want to be down here, we're here for you. If not, we'll see you soon, and you can connect through Zoom or any of our other social media platforms. Okay, so everyone happy?
Yes.
Any questions, guys, before we let Blue and Sarah and John go home?
We want to finish our soup, actually. Yeah.
Don't eat and drive. Right, brilliant.
Okay.
Well, like we said, we've got the Zooms next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday will be the movie night. And then obviously we've got the one-to-ones. We've got a few just booked in already. But you've got us on social media. Obviously, your parents have got my number on WhatsApp and stuff as well. So get in touch, guys. Take care. Yeah.
If you
Right.
take me
See
to
you soon.
Weekend, everyone.
with Mama.
Bye.
No.
Bye.
Bye, Kate.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Lucas. Bye, Gracie. Bye, Emma. Bye, everyone else. Bye.
Bye.
What is John doing?
Yeah, what is John doing?
Burn.
That's so funny. I only get a t-shirt print that
Oh,
says, what is
no.
John doing?
That's a good idea.
Right, nice. See you soon.
lads.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Enjoy your tea.
Yeah, thank you.